All right, let's get into episode 2. There isn't a ton to get into here. This episode was just kind of like a shootout, a shootout, a shootout, a shootout. You know, a minor character from a long time ago is back, and you're like, okay. You're like, who's that again? Who's that again? Isn't that the guy that he gave the gun to and let his family go off in the opposite direction like 6 seasons ago? It's like one of those characters where it's just like, unless you're like a hardcore Walking Dead fan, you're kind of like, Morales. Morales. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into this. We have this Western opening where everyone's just their eyes, just their faces. I expected some whistling to break out at any moment. Some Sergio Leone shit here. This whole scene with Morgan saying he doesn't die. I mean, I don't know if Morgan's losing his mind or if he's just fucking feeling like the Terminator, or if he literally feels like he can't die at this point. I don't know. But that, I actually had to rewind it, put on the subtitles so I could be like, did he really say I don't die? Okay. This episode is just full on, like, war. Like, the poster says, all out war. Here's your episode. So, I'm curious, like, is this a filler episode for people? Or because there's a lot of guns being fired, they don't think this is a filler episode? Because in my mind, and I don't even mind filler episodes, this is a filler episode. Like, the scene with Aaron's team shooting out against those people back and forth. I couldn't even tell you who was on whose side half the time. I was just like, who's this? And then they were having dramatic scenes, like that guy and his girlfriend like got killed. Like, I got shot in the stomach. The girl got shot through her boobie. I was like, who are they? Like, for a moment, I was like, I literally didn't know whose side they were on. I was like, she just got shot. Is that a good or a bad thing? So it was like, those sequences were, that's filler. I'm sorry. Like, this episode was fine to me. I don't mind filler episodes, but like, if you don't think this is filler, but you think other episodes are, gunfire is, that's it? Like, you just want to see people shooting each other? Anyway, this whole like Jesus not killing thing again, it's, I don't know how I feel about it. It's stupid, but he seems to be the only one with any morality left, so maybe I should be like, good for him for not being for not being like everyone else and just being quick to shoot everyone and kill everyone. But look, it already almost cost him his life in this episode, and then here he comes again, and it's like, well, it's going to cost us, one of us our lives if they do come out shooting, or more. And it, I'm sitting there like, oh man, this is, I don't know. I guess I'm not excited about it, but I don't know. I kind of get it. He wants to try to keep things. He wants to go back to a civilized society. He's a good guy under it all, and it's just, I don't think he understands where he's at. But no, he's not giving it up. I really liked this talk between Ezekiel and Carol. It was the first time where I really saw Ezekiel in a different light, because he's kind of this character that has been so theatrical and ridiculous that there's a few characters in this show, especially in the later seasons, where they just become almost goofy. They're so not realistic. And, King Ezekiel is one of those characters. And in this episode, he kind of opened up to Carol and was like, like looked around like no one was looking. And he's like, fake it till you make it, baby. And I was like, whoa, like there's a normal guy under there. This is all like an act for him. He's just trying to build morale within his troops. And I just kind of like respected that. Like he took a different way than other people would. You know, Negan takes this psychopathic way, and Rick is, you know, brutish, but you know, has a good heart, but is constantly in and out of losing his mind. Everybody's got their different ways. The governor and all these different people. And he just almost makes it like a Shakespearean play to, you know, get his people together. I found that scene to be really telling of his character. It made me like him a lot more. I like the fight between Rick and you know, Gracie's dad, I guess, or whatever. Like, that was a cool fight. I like how it ended. And then it had to go to the scene which then depressed the shit out of me. Like, he says grace as he's like dying. And then he walks in the bedroom thinking this is his gun place, or where all the guns will be. And here it is. It's just a little baby. And you just murdered her father. Like, man, that was a bummer. It was such a downer. I was like, oh, God. Sometimes this show. Morgan turns into quite the badass. He was not joking about not dying. Not only does he like take some bullets and go to the ground and gets up like the fucking Terminator, but then he goes through there like, you know, commando. A lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger references, I guess, tonight. And then Ezekiel lets this dude get eaten by a tiger. Like, no, save your bullets. Like, let this guy get mauled by my tiger. That is such a horrendous way to go. And fuck, man. Being eaten by zombies would be bad enough, but I think I'll take that over over a tiger. Maybe even a zombie tiger? I don't think the virus transfers to animals, right? That doesn't happen in this show, so but that would be cool. Yeah, so as I said, there's not a ton to talk about. This whole reveal at the end, as I said, I think a lot of people are going to be like, who the fuck is Morales? They're going to have to like pull out Google and be like, who's that again? Watch a little video on it and be like, oh yeah, that guy. So I don't know if that was the reveal everyone that they were expecting. Like were they expecting us to be like, holy shit, he's back? Like, I didn't have that reaction. I really had to dig deep to remember who the hell that was. Maybe I'm not as big of a Walking Dead fan as everyone else. I don't know, because that character did not make me like jump back like, holy shit, he's back. I didn't have that reaction at all. I don't know. This is an episode where it was just gunfight after gunfight after gunfight, people running around. This is filler. I mean, really, truly. This episode's fine. I didn't hate that I watched it, but it did. In the action sequences, that's the problem with television. Even in a higher budget production television show like this, like action sequences, this very much feels like television action sequences. And it got a tad repetitive. So it was a fine episode for me. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. So anyway, let me know what you think. I am curious to see what's going on. I don't know if this guy's part of the Scavengers or he's part of the Saviors. He said he called the Saviors and they're on their way. I don't know if that means he's on whatever side. I'm hoping that maybe he'll help Rick out, since Rick helped him out the last time they saw each other. We shall see. All right, till next week.